Well, we are joined by a guy who's really had a lot of amazing luck in the world of rock and roll. And I say luck, but really, you can be lucky, but to be talented can get you places. And we are joined by Ronnie Platt, who is the lead singer of the band Kansas. They are coming to Cincinnati. They'll be at the Hard Rock in the casino performing there. I mean, what says a rock show better than performing at a Hard Rock?
Right.
Like,
Oh my God, Hard Rock. Love them all. Always a good time. It's always so great to see the memorabilia in those places. And they got outfits of everyone on the walls and stuff. It's really neat.
well, let's talk about what I kind of started out with, Ronnie. You will be performing on July 30th with the band Kansas at the Hard Rock Cincinnati. And let's talk about what happened to you. It's been about 7 or 8 years ago. You ended up in the lead singer position for Kansas. Let's go back how this began for you.
I can't believe it's been 8 years now. God, is it this? I think it's this week that I actually got the job 8 years ago.
Happy anniversary.
Right. Time flies when you're having fun, let me tell you. And it's just been a whirlwind ever since. I couldn't tell you where the last 8 years have gone, but it's such a unique story that a friend of mine, Dina, who happens to be Dennis DeYoung's niece, Dennis DeYoung of the band, formerly of the band Styx. And she happened to see the advertisement of announcing, announcing Steve's retirement. And she just knows that I'm the biggest Kansas fan in the world, right? So she said, text me, did you see this? And I immediately excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Ribbit.
Better here than on stage, right?
Right, exactly. I immediately, because I was friends with Rich Williams on Facebook, because I was in the band Shooting Star, and I've talked to Rich over the years and stuff. And, usually when you see advertisements like that, where they've announced the singer leaving, they've already been working with someone for a couple months. I mean, Kansas was right in the middle of a tour. They had dates. So, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, they got a replacement. I wonder who it's going to be. They're right in the middle of a tour. They have dates. They're going to be cranking. So just on a whim, Laura, on a whim, I messaged Rich Williams, Facebook, Rich, Ronnie Platt from Shooting Star, give me some consideration. That's all I wrote. Very next day, I kid you not, I'm not kidding. I'm about to leave to my mother's to pick up dog shit in the backyard. Can I say that? Shall I say dog poop?
No,
editing is my friend.
You're fine.
So, but I'm just about to leave the house, and I'm like, I'm gonna check my messages. And here I see a message from Rich Williams. And he's like, we're about to go on stage in Houston. If you get this within the next hour and a half, give me a buzz. So I call him, and this was on a Thursday. I talked to Rich on a Thursday. He said that Phil would call me Friday the next day. I talked to Phil, said, would you be willing to fly to Atlanta to meet with Rich and I on Monday? What am I going to say? No. So I flew for a 3-hour meeting in Atlanta from Chicago to Atlanta, and it just went really well. And they were really upfront with me. I wasn't going to audition. They saw me sing with Shooting Star. They saw, YouTube stuff, which probably 95% of it is horrible, but they hired me anyway. So, but came back from my meeting on Monday, and Tuesday I was in my big 18-wheeler working, driving around the streets of Chicago.
Because you were a truck driver, right?
I was a truck driver, yeah, which my CDL is still active, guys.
There you go.
So
commercial driver's license.
Right. Never, you know what? Never know when you're going to need it. So, but ironic, just check my email at one of my customers, and I'm like, holy, do I believe my eyes? Phil wrote me an email. Congrats, you got the job. The band is pumped. Let's get to work. Man, it's been 110 miles an hour ever since.
I got goosebumps listening to that story, and I want to talk about kind of replacing Steve Walsh and talking about how bands go on without some of the iconic members that started those bands. And I heard an interview that you said about, when your favorite football team, whether it's the Chicago Bears, the
Right.
Bears, I'm guessing you're a Chicago Bears fan.
The
We've got our
Bears.
Cincinnati Bengals, right?
Pass
So
me that cheeseburger.
yeah.
And
So when you have a favorite team, the players, they go through different legendary quarterbacks. We got Boomer
right,
Esiason, and now we've obviously had a great team in Cincinnati with the Cincinnati Bengals. So
right,
what's wrong with a journey? Yeah, Steve Perry's brilliant, but the fellow that they found on YouTube, that's going out
right.
there and knocking it out of the
Oh,
ballpark.
Arnell's great. Kelly Hansen
Foreigner,
from Foreigners great.
Kelly Hansen, great example. And here we
Tommy
are.
DiCarlo filling Brad Delp's shoes in Boston.
It can
Boy,
happen.
they're right, right. But I understand that is. I belong to a very exclusive club. You know, uh, that's that's a 1,000,000 to 1 shot. It really is. But just like the sports teams, you mean Jim McMahon's not the quarterback of the Bears anymore? I'm crushed. You know,
Right.
but that was, oh my God,
No, don't even
35 years
don't do the
ago.
math. I want
Pass
to
the
show you something.
pass the Geritol.
Pass-
Anyway,
Well, speaking of which, I thought I'd show
yeah,
you
left overture.
leftover chart. This is, and I know we only have a few minutes here. I don't know how we're doing on time here, but I want to be sure we talk about do you have your new project or newer project? Because you guys have had great success with the newer project, but this is an album that I purchased at a record store with my own money, coins, I'm guessing, from my grandma and grandpa who lived right next door to a vinyl store. And there you go. That's an original right there. Tell me about playing the music and the iconic songs, and then let's talk about the new project.
We did left overture 40th anniversary, and to play. I come from a time when you went to the record store and you brought home the album and you put it on the beginning and you listened to that album. You flipped it, you listened to that side. So that sequence of songs is locked in your head. But you listened, although the songs were different, you got the flavor of that particular band from listening to their entire album. And then if you like that album, you bought their next album and next album. And it's something that I think is missing from today because of iTunes and stuff. If you hear a song, you buy that song off of iTunes or whatever your media is, and you don't get the flavor of the whole band.
Right.
If it's like if you were to base Kansas just on Dust in the Wind, if you're going to hear the rest of the catalog, you're going to be pretty shocked.
Right.
Every song is not Dust in the Wind. So that's really something. But Left Overture was such an iconic album. And then Point of No Return after that, and we have been doing 40th anniversary of Point of No Return, and that's winding down now. And that, let's see, it's actually like the 3rd anniversary of the 40th anniversary of Point of No Return, because we've been here. I got a little story for you quickly. When we were going to do Left Overture, I'm talking to Phil and he's like, we're going to try this out in like maybe 10, 12, maybe 15 markets. We did over 80 shows of Left Overture, and now Point of No Return long surpassed that, and it was just, it's what the people want, it's what they just ate up that show. Mm-hmm. But what was really nice is to interject our new music into that, songs from the Prelude Implicit and the Absence of Presence. And, we're still doing Throwing Mountains live on stage, and people love it. We love playing it. And it's just continuing the legacy of Kansas.
You did a great job in the pandemic. You released new music, which was kind of
isn't that something
unheard of? That's fantastic.
I know some people in the industry were like, why are you releasing something during the pandemic? You can't promote it. And well, don't you want to give your fans something when they really need it? Everybody was in lockdown, and pretty depressing time.
Right.
It was something to look forward to, something that we really looked forward to. I'm glad we did it when we did, because it really turned out great.
Well, I know that traveling's not easy, and especially of late, we're hearing about cancellations and, just drama with traveling. I know it can be very grueling, and you guys do take on
Yeah.
quite a bit. Even, you just mentioned all of those shows that you did with the anniversary tours, and
Yeah.
but I'm going to go ahead and welcome you to Cincinnati a little early, July 30th. I want to just ask you before we say farewell, what's it like when you're up on stage and you're singing your heart out and you are singing those songs that people know, or even giving it your best? What is that like for you and the guys in the band? How great is that?
Laura, it's still a rush. Uh, I, I'm still, and always have been, nervous to the max before I walk out on stage, and the adrenaline is just pumping, and it's still surreal to me to go out and I'm sure Kelly was a fan of Foreigner. I'm sure Arnell was a fan of Journey,
You know he
but
was.
I've been a lifelong fan of Kansas, probably a lot more bigger fan of my favorite band than they were of their respective bands. So it's wild for me. It's still surreal to go out on stage and sing these songs, and to have the audience be so receptive,
Mhm.
and just to have them appreciate the band so much. And Laura, I'll tell you, this band, on a side note, this band does not stop tweaking, does not stop practicing, does not stop rehearsing. Every show we play, after sound check, we're going into rehearse and we're working these tunes over and over again, because we're obsessed with perfection. And that's what we want to try to bring to our audience.
And you will bring it to the audience July 30th at the Hard Rock
Hard
Cincinnati.
rock.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hard Rock. You can't, how much I love my rock and how much you love your rock. We're just so grateful that you've taken the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today about this
Oh
show.
my God, my pleasure.
FoxCincinnati.com.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Oh, tell me about your
Okay.
real quickly. What's it's called? It's named after Alice.
I named my little closet studio here after the Alice Cooper album, Welcome to My Nightmare,
Okay.
because I can't put on a guitar without hitting something here. It's frustrating,
Be careful.
but
We
somehow I
need
get
you.
things done here.
Ronnie, thank you for your time. Anything
Oh
you
my
want
God,
to say?
Laura, what a
Anything you want
pleasure.
to say to our listeners?
Hi to my family in Cincinnati. Everyone, thank you for being Kansas fans. KansasBand.com. Go to our website, check us out, go to the news, see what's going on, where our dates, where we're going to be playing. We're playing everywhere all over the country throughout the rest of the year, and we'll hope to see you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ronnie. We'll see you on the 30th of July.
Bye, hun.
Bye.